Hi, Lishia.
Hi, good to see you again.
Good to see you again. I would like to just to remind everyone that this is an entrepreneurial series that me and Lishia we have started last week. Lishia is a businesswoman, a successful one. She's a CEO. She's also a scholar. She's also my very good friend. And we decided to do this series in a hope that we can inspire more people to understand about entrepreneurial concept. That actually entrepreneurial mind concepts is not just only applicable for people who would like to have their own business. It's also applicable for people who work in a structure or in organization. Would you agree with me on that, Alicia?
Yeah, you work in an organization, a large one, and if you say I'm, building my business and running business, you work for a large company, and I think from our conversation, we noticed that, being able to offer the biggest
Hmm.
value in our settings are important. And
So this week we're gonna talk about empathy mapping and value
mm,
proposition.
yeah,
Sounds heavy and scary, but it's not.
I got fun.
It's actually a very important step for anybody who wants to start a business, anybody who wants to start a new idea, basically. So it's an exercise. It's an exercise that is helpful for us to determine our target. So, Alicia, why don't you start in your area, in your business? Uh,
Yeah,
what empathy mapping looks like,
yeah,
and why is it important?
yeah. Uh, the moment we know why we want to start a business, or if we kind of have a rough idea of what our product is going to be, uh, the biggest challenge now is getting the product to market and making sure that people buy it. So the biggest question the business asks is, why should our customers buy from us and not from our competitor? That's where you see a fit between the product and the market. But to know whether it's a fit or not, what we would do is what we call an empathy mapping exercise.
Mm.
And in the exercise, what we do is we try to understand our customers first. What is the job to be done by this particular customer? Whether it's women aged 30 to 40, and the product is a skincare product, for example, or if we're looking at young children who is starting to read, or we're looking at a market of consumer goods or even services, or even as a business offering content as a service. The first thing to do is understand what's the job to be done by this particular market, and
Mm.
this particular market would have pains and gains. So the challenges that they typically need, if women who are working with young family, having to look after family, feed the family, the finite resource is time. Not a lot of time. It needs to be nutritious. It needs to be sustainable. So then the challenge is finding good products, safe to consume, healthy, fits the flavor, like the profiles and
Yeah.
the needs of the family. Um, but then there are also certain gains by fulfilling these needs, where this target market would see, okay, they can feel accomplished, they can feel like they've contributed to the family. So then that process of having empathy with the market really helps. So with that empathy map, we then can see whether our product and services match with the needs of this market. If it's not a match, then you change the product or you change your market. It's a choice that you can make after you have this empathy map. For you, I think you have a different experience in a corporate setup, Ledy.
I also have encountered people say, "Oh, they come to organization. They say, I want to change this. I want to change that. This is not good. We should get rid of this. Get rid of that." But again, it takes more than just ability to see what is wrong, but to propose an idea, you have to think more comprehensively about who you need to convince, like who are
Mm,
the people that can make that decision to either give a green light to your idea or don't. So what you call customer I would call, who are your main internal stakeholders for this? Who that you need to reach out and build relationship with, so you can communicate the idea to the right group of internal stakeholders, because people in the organization, they all have different roles and different capacity to approve different ideas. And I'm not saying, building relationship, in a sort of like sometimes we think, sucking up way. Not that.
No, it's really not.
Really not. But really, this is an exercise to identify, who can I talk to, or can I discuss with about this idea to improve our work together, to improve how this organization works. That will, at the end of the day, will bring benefit, not just for you, but also for everybody.
But empathy mapping, I think, it also applies to other things. One thing I can think about is job applications. So when we hire people, we want a best value from our employees, whether our values match, and whether this employee can also help us serve the value that our customers want. So in my case, usually when I go through job applications, I would look at the applicant's cover letter, because that's the opportunity that the person presents the value this person brings to the company, not just from, educated in the US or, a top university in Indonesia, but what are the values that this person brings? So sometimes we would ask, in the job ad, we would say, please tell us why you want the job. And so that's the opportunity the person can then tell us, I'm hardworking, I'm creative, I like doing different things, or I'm interested in the industry. So that's the value.
Yeah, let me ask you this. Because of this is the way we communicate these days, having an opinion is pretty easy. Launching an opinion.
Yes.
Just put something on Facebook and then it'll be out there, right?
Yes, totally.
Some people sometimes confuse opinion with an idea.
For business, every idea, every business initiative has some kind of value. The question is whether it's small or is it big, right? If the value is just one person who's going to buy your product and that's your parent or your neighbor, so it has value. Don't get me wrong.
Sure.
Whether that value is big enough or not, that's another matter. So if I start a brand and I call it, Lishia's, healthy chips, with Lishia's recipes, other people will question, is it really healthy? Like, who is she? Does she understand nutrition? But if we then look at our customers and we can empathize, we can match our product with theirs, then the value goes up significantly. That market fit becomes key, because otherwise the business will, hit a wall where you say, what's the market? I can't raise capital. I can't do anything else. Do I grow my business? But then that business growth is really by the fit of the product, and that's why we see a lot of market research being done. And the purpose of market research is really that, to understand the market, and therefore we can empathize. Therefore, we can have a product fit.
I think this is a good conversation. That there are so many benefits that people can gain by implementing entrepreneurial concepts like this. And we're going to come up with more discussion.
Yeah, a lot more.
About more concepts and tips and advice, or even practical examples that we both encounter in our next episodes, right?
Absolutely. There's more to talk about. It's endless, but it's always exciting to see how, there's a parallel between, business and corporate life and personal life.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you, Lishia.
Thank you, Ledy.
Hey, have a good weekend. So I'll talk to you next week.
See you next week.
Okay, bye.